India is all set to get its 15th Prime Minister today as the countdown for Narendra Modi's swearing-in ceremony has already begun. He began his day, in fact, with a symbolic gesture by paying homage to the father of the nation at Rajghat. Dressed in all white, he was there early on morning at about 8 a.m. And soon after that, he tweeted that he is on his way to Atalji's residence. Abhishek is tracking the story for us. Abhishek, I believe what we can see in the live pictures is that that PM designate Narendra Modi is back at Gujarat Bhavan after meeting Atal Bihari Vajpayee a short while back.
Well, yes, absolutely. Even as we speak, his carcade is entering Gujarat Bhavan, back at his temporary office, so to say, that since he has been here after his victory. And now he would be closeted with his bureaucrats. Some of the officers he has brought in from Gujarat and some others from here in Delhi, and he would be shaping up his office, the Prime Minister's office, who would be Principal Secretary, who would be the OSDs, and there might be a location of work. The idea is that he should hit the ground running when he takes over in the evening. And why should it not be like that? Because, you know, tomorrow the bilaterals are planned with the visiting heads of states from the SAARC nations, including the big one with Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif of Pakistan. So obviously he would need his team in place. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval most likely to be, and he has been taken on board on all the developments. So there might be some confabulations, in fact, about the bilaterals that are to take place tomorrow. And to that extent, Narendra Modi for the rest of the day would be closeted with his team here in Gujarat Bhavan before he leaves for oath taking in the evening by say around 5, when he has to go to the Rashtrapati Bhavan along with his team. Also, we are told that all the ministers who would be taking oath with him would be informed personally by Modi, and you can expect that to happen in a couple of hours after the list has been sent to the President's house, which is the procedure that has to be followed. Grand ceremony planned in the evening, never before kind of attendance to be seen. Earlier also oath-taking ceremonies have taken place in the forecourt couple of times, but the attendance was maximum 1100 or 1200. This time it is expected to go up to 4000 with the kind of invites that have been sent. Of course, the delegations from the SAARC nations also there. The bilaterals planned tomorrow. Narendra Modi has packed day to begin his stint as Prime Minister of India, and to that extent he would be in preparation mode from now on after having visited Rajghat and having paid a visit to A.B. Vajpayee.
Okay, and also Abhishek, if you can elaborate a bit more on the cabinet formation that we are going to see today. Narendra Modi was keeping his cards very close to his chest, not giving out many details as to who gets what. But what's the word really? Has he managed to pacify all the top leaders in the BJP?
Well, you know, there's no question of pacifying the leaders. The larger thing is that all interests are accommodated, but what we have been told is, and going by the background note that was released by his temporary office here in Gujarat Bhavan late last evening, that merit would be the essential criteria which would govern who gets what, and more than that, this restructuring that has taken place in Modi cabinet, a glimpse of which was given by himself in the background note, by which in which he said that the underscoring theme would be minimum government and maximum governance, and to that extent there would be synergies looked at in various ministries, and based on those synergies they would be clubbed. For example, the most stark example that is being given is that of the Transport Ministry, which would see the clubbing of shipping, aviation, surface transport, and possibly railways. So that would be a jumbo ministry headed by a senior cabinet minister. The name being talked about is that of Nitin Gadkari. And then similarly on energy, there could be clubbing together of some ministries. So to that extent, the number of berths available in the Modi cabinet would go down substantially. And that was what was indicated by Modi when he said that his idea of cabinet is minimum government, maximum governance. In fact,
Okay, it seems that we've lost that connection with Abhishek. We'll try and get him back as soon as possible. But the pictures on your screens really, Modi reaching back Gujarat Bhavan after offering prayers at Rajghat at about 8 a.m. this morning, and then meeting Atal Bihari Vajpayee shortly after that. Now we are learning that Narendra Modi is going to have a series of discussions with top bureaucrats just ahead of his oath-taking ceremony, which is slated for 6 p.m. at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Remember, it's going to be a grand affair, really a spectacular oath-taking ceremony is what the BJP is promising it to be, with more than 4,000 VVIP guests expected. Leaders of SAARC nations are already in the capital. Amongst them, of course, Pakistan's Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif is also expected, which is in fact being touted as the first diplomatic coup by Narendra Modi. Along with that, a clear confirmation on cabinet formation is also expected sometime soon.